Hi friends, good morning. Today is day one of the Kindle Clearout Readathon. Originally I had decided to not participate and now I'm participating, so I'm just going to give you guys my TBR within this vlog. I am at work and it's easiest for me to look up my little library where I have everything on my phone, so I'm not going to be able to do that for you right this second. But I have finished a book and started another, so I wanted to talk to you about them quickly. The first one I finally read was Sacrifice to the Beast by Jessa Kane. This was like Love in the Wild meets Beauty and the Beast kind of a thing. It's I think the easiest way to describe this, but it's really smutty. It's like 50-ish pages long. It was fun, 3 stars, nothing groundbreaking or earth-shattering about it. It was a good time, and it was just a really quick, fun read. The other thing I've started is Harbor by Rebekah Weatherspoon. I binge read the other two back to back, Haven and Sanctuary. Harbor is really interesting because we had a polyamorous couple where the woman was cheating on the 2 men with somebody else, and while she's in the middle of cheating on them, she's murdered by somebody else who had been stalking her. So it's really interesting because it's all tangled up in that. But the guy was engaged to a sister, the sister of the heroine in book 2. And so nobody understands why all of this was happening. And with where I'm at now, from the time they all meet up, which was about a month after his funeral, where they all get together and meet the first time, it's been 16 months since then. So it's been like a year, almost a year and a half. And they've all kind of had time to heal in ways and not heal in others. And so they're both, like all 3 of them, are kind of trying some time together to see how that goes. And so far it's really interesting because the needs that she's needed all this time are there. And I honestly think these guys can satisfy her the way she needs and still kind of have the space to do what they need to do. So it's going to be really interesting. The 2 guys who had been in the polyamorous relationship before are missing things about having a third, even though they still had each other. And so I really enjoy the exploration of polyamory. I feel like it's depicting polyamory very realistically, how some families are going to be really accepting of that choice and other families aren't. Her family wasn't, like the partner that died, her family wasn't open to the 3 of them. They just said that they were perverts and things like that, where like their families were really open to the whole idea. And so, yeah, it's really interesting so far. Really loving it. I am at work today. It's Saturday. I've done my first round of clients. I have a bit of a break. I'm going to go get me a drink and a snack, and then I'll get back to work and get going on those kinds of things. But I will sneak reading in where I can. I do have some colors that have long process times, so it's going to take some time, but it's going to be good. So I'm very excited. And yeah, I just wanted to get this vlog started before I forgot. And I'm really excited. I do have some really exciting arcs to read, and it's just going to be a really good time. Real quick, I just finished up my audiobook before I just took a little break and stuff. So before I go back in, I wanted to talk about that real quick. That is Magelord by Terry Mancour. My previous reading vlog had a bunch of this one. And this is a book 3 in a epic fantasy series. This has been my favorite book in the series thus far. I'm actually giving this book 5 stars. I think it was really well crafted and really well done. The first 2 books are very like battle and war centric. And then this book was very much like a breath of fresh air and kind of a break from that. And I really enjoyed how this all played out. I believe at least the first book is available on KU, which is why I decided to include it in this vlog anyway. So if you're looking for an epic fantasy, I do recommend the audiobooks over the ebooks on this one, actually. The narration is fantastic, so it's just the way to go with this one. But honestly, like, I really enjoy the series a whole lot so far. I'm going to have a dedicated review. If that's already done, I will leave that linked in the corner. I have a dedicated review for the first one, obviously, and then this review should be book 2 and 3. So I'm really excited to get that review filmed and ready to go for you guys, and I'm just really happy that I finished it because I'm really enjoying it. This is one of my husband's favorite series, so I'm kind of exploring it to have something in common to talk to him about when it comes to reading, and I really just had a great time with it. I mean, there's dragon slaying and everything in this book still, like there's still battle things that happen, but it's mostly him establishing, within the first 2 books, he kind of gains his own land, so it's kind of him establishing his little corner of the kingdom, and it's really just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed what was going on there. So anyways, thought I'd quickly mention that since that's something that I just finished. So anyways, hope you enjoyed that little tidbit. Back to work for me. So time to update you, and I haven't done a proper like what I'm hoping to read this week moment. So let's go ahead and do that. But first, let's talk about what I just finished. So I finished Rebel by Beverly Jenkins. It's 5 stars. It's brilliant. I loved everything about this. I have no complaints, 0 complaints about this book. And I just adore it. I think Drake is amazing. I think Val is amazing. Like, I just love this. Beverly Jenkins is just my queen. I'm so glad I finally got over my own, like, fear of reading her and have been jumping into her works because I have enjoyed everything I've read so far. And I definitely need to explore more of the Levesque books because I love the Levesque family so much. And you get a lot of the family in this particular one. So I need to go seek out the other books. So yes, I loved this. On the other hand, I have very mixed feelings about this one. So this was a buddy read with Dylan and Lindsay, and this one is a buddy read with Melissa from Libraries and Labradors. And in this one, like, I really liked most of this book, but there are some things towards the end that I think show the age of the book, I think, because of certain things that happen. I don't necessarily want to spoil this book here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a pretty detailed Goodreads review. So by the time you guys see this video, my Goodreads review will be up and it will kind of explain my mixed feelings about this book. I don't know what I'm going to rate it yet, but I want you guys to know that I did finish this and I think it'll be at the very least a 3-star. It may be a 4. I'm kind of trying to sit in my feelings a little bit longer before I sit down, fully write the review, and take care of things here. So from there, let's talk about what I would love to get read this week. Let me pull up my Kindle app real fast. So the things left on my little Kindle Clearout TBR I made for myself are The Duke I'd Like to F. I've had this collection on my Kindle for a while. I really want to get it read. Then I have The Norse Protector, which just looked super duper interesting. It definitely looked like fantasy romancy, and I'm kind of feeling that moment. And then I have Heart of the Fae. I think I'm going to pick this one up next. I believe it's by Emma Hamm, and I have another one from her on this list as well that's Tempting Hades. I've heard a lot about this author, and I've heard good things, so I definitely want to give it a try. Then I do have Infernal checked out from KU. This is supposed to be a Hades and Persephone kind of situation as well. And I'm really excited to give that one a try. Then I've got 5 arcs on this list. So the ones that I should read first are A New Foundation by Rochelle Alers. This is a quick Harlequin. I believe it's from the Desire line. Maybe it's from the special edition line. I can't remember. Book. I really like Rochelle Alers, so I'm excited for that. I have Only a Cowboy Will Do by AJ Pine. Y'all know me and cowboy romances. It's a thing. Then I have Careless Whispers by Synithia Williams, which I'm really excited for. I've loved everything else in the series so far. And I do have Scoundrel of My Heart by Lorraine Heath that is also on this list. Those 4 are out like the last week of the month, so I would like to get them read before a release date. But I also have Neon Gods by Katie Robert, and I think that's going to get read this week because I just kind of can't wait. I think I'm going to actually, Izzy and I talked about starting that tomorrow, so I think we're going to. And we might stretch it out over a couple days, but that's most likely getting read this week. So that's just kind of my starting point. I do have a light novel I believe it's called The Executioner and Her Way of Life, that I have as an e-arc that I'd like to get read. And then I have 2 volumes of manga that are e-arcs, and that's Blue Flag Volume 7, which, so excited. And same with Comey Can't Communicate Volume 12. Both of those I'm really excited for, so I will probably get those in this week as well, because sometimes I just need that manga break. Another book that I had checked out from KU until I had a physical copy, so I'm probably still going to read it this week, is A Touch of A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair, because I had this checked out from KU. It's still available through KU, but I had a physical copy, so I'm probably going to read the physical copy since I don't have it checked out from KU anymore and still count it, because I like to have multiple formats that I'm reading in, so I think that will be my physical for the next little while. Trying to think. I did have a digital copy of Rebel by Beverly Jenkins, so that should take down my unreads on my Kindle as well. I have some others checked out from KU. What else do I have checked out from KU right now? Okay, so I also have Bride of the Traitor, The Forbidden Man, and Not My Romeo checked out. So if I get everything else on my list read, I'm going to focus on my KU checkouts, because there are some videos I want to do related to KU that I haven't been able to do because I had been slacking on reading my KU titles. So that's kind of my rough, loose TBR that I said I was going to film yesterday, but I didn't. So that's where we're at now. And I'm going to go sit and get some reading done. It's going to be nice. It's going to be enjoyable. I'm excited. Hi friends, it's Sunday morning, well, Sunday afternoon, I guess, and I wanted to just give you a quick update. I just finished Harbor by Rebekah Weatherspoon, and I had a great time with this book. This is a polyamorous relationship. I do think the discussion of a polyamorous relationship is really well handled within this particular book, because I feel like they looked at it from every possible angle, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then they spent a lot of time trying to figure out whether it was even for them or not. Like, the whole course of the book takes place over almost 3 years, so there's a lot of time for these people to kind of figure out if the relationship was working for all of them. And I just think it was really well done. And I mean, it is kinky and taboo, and it has all those beards and bondage elements to it. And honestly, this one I think is my favorite in the series. I've loved them all. I don't think I've given any of them less than 4 stars, but this one was a 5-star for me. Like, I really had the best time reading this. I am definitely looking forward to reading more Rebekah Weatherspoon in the future, because I really like her writing. And I just have really fallen in love with her writing with this series. So I'm definitely going to be exploring a lot more of that. And I'm very, very, very excited to keep going with this Kindle Clearout Readathon. So far, so good. And I'm definitely going to get some more reading done. I have a church thing I need to do real quick, so I'm going to do that. I know, go from talking about smut to church. I mean, that's just who I am. And if you don't know that about me, I'm sorry. It's just part of who I am. Anyway, so I'm going to take care of that stuff, and then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to start next. I do have an audiobook going right now. It's an Audible original. It's like, I think I've got like maybe 30 minutes left in it. It's not much at all. So I'll talk about that in the next clip, because I'll probably finish that this afternoon as well. But yeah, that's kind of the plan right now, and I will talk to y'all in the next clip. Hi friends. So I'm in my car. I'm just about to head out. I've been feeling cooped up in the house this morning, so I'm gonna go out to get a drink at my local like soda shop that I always go to get my yummy drinks, and I'm gonna go maybe book shopping. It's a madness, I know, but my stimmy came in and I've got a little bit of flexibility, and there's a few things I'm still kind of hunting down, so I think I might try to hunt those out. and maybe see, sometimes they put manga out early if it comes in early. So I want to see if any of the ones I'm looking for are out early. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so I think I'm just going to kind of go out for a while, go on an adventure, and we'll kind of see what happens. So reading wise, I finished the audiobook that I had on real quick. It was like an hour and a half or something. It was super duper short. And that was, I believe it's called A Tale as Old as Time. I'll put the picture here. But it was just kind of this really sweet meet cute about two neighbors who both end up adopting pets from the same shelter and having problems. One's a dog, one's a cat. And yeah, it's just kind of this whole shenanigan. Anyways, both animals escape and run away. And so they're forced to kind of like chase after them. And that's really all that happens. Like, obviously things get resolved and it's a sweet little romance by the end. I wanted more from this. I think it would have done better as a full-length novel. Like, this was just kind of like the meet cute jumping off point. I would have loved to have seen more from here, and we just didn't get that. So I was a little disappointed. I'm going to give it 4 stars though, because what we got was great and I really enjoyed it. I just wanted more. And that's a Shayla problem, not a problem with the book. It's a Shayla problem. And then I did start Heart of the Fae. I'm about halfway through that and I'm really enjoying it. Definitely a Beauty and the Beast retelling inspired story. I'm really liking Emma Hamm's take on it. And it's one of the better Beauty and the Beast retellings I've read in recent years. And I'm just kind of thriving on the dynamic. I've got another book from her on my TBR for this week, so I'm hoping to get to that as well. And now I'm going to start a new audiobook, and I think I'm going to start Touch Me by Alexandria House. I know this one's available on KU. So kind of what I'm doing is I'm taking my Audible Plus catalog and reading a bunch of things from that while I'm doing Kindle Clearout, because these are all things that have been things I've wanted to try for a long time. So I'm just kind of getting around to it, and I'm really just enjoying it. So I hope that works for y'all, because it's working for me. So anyways, I'm going to go on this adventure, and we'll chat once I've read some more. Okay, so I'm back. I know it's not been long since you saw me, but I had a surprise package show up in the mail. So I'm going to quickly open this, and then I'll quickly show you guys what I ended up picking up at my local Barnes & Noble on my adventure today, because I only went to my local one. Notes, because this was a surprise and not from me. Shay, I hope you're doing well. I'm looking forward to another round of Love in the Night this spring. Laura. Oh, this is Laura from Laura's Library Card. And she sent me The Raquel of Wrath by Emily Howard. I really enjoyed The Beast of Bezek, which was book 1 in this series. So I'm really excited she sent me book 2. Thank you, Laura. You're just the sweetest. Okay, so most of what I got is manga, so fair warning on that. But I did finally track down a physical copy of Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I've had the hardest time finding this physically, but I loved this book so much. And yes, it is just amazingness, and everybody needs to read it. So yes, glad to finally have a physical copy of that one. Now, the other goodies that I picked up. So I picked up volumes 1 through 3 of Our Teachers Are Dating, which looks like just this really fun, sweet romance. I would show you cover 3, but it's a little scandalous, so I'm not going to show you in this vlog. And then I've got Revolutionary Girl Utena After the Revolution. I have recently ordered the first series in this one as well, so that as soon as that gets here, I'll read all of that together, most likely in a vlog. And then they had volume 5 of Perfect World out, which makes me super excited. I'm glad to physically own volume 5 now. It's a series I've read through a lot and really love. And then they also had volume 5 of Kimi ni Todoke, and that gives me 3 volumes of this one to read here soon. So I'm really excited. I'm trying to collect these before they go out of print, because I think they're slowly starting to. So I'm really like on it to try to get it. So there's a small little haul for you in the middle of this vlog, but I am really happy, and thank you again to Laura. You are the sweetest. She will be linked down below. And yes, it's going to be a great time, and it was the best surprise today. So thank you, Laura. Hi, hello,
It is officially Tuesday morning. I slept like crud last night, so it's almost like 10 a.m., which is later than I normally sleep. So let's talk about my reading yesterday. I know I didn't vlog a lot after my clip where I got the book from Laura, but I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about my reading. So I'm halfway through Touch Me by Alexandria House, and I'm really enjoying it more than I expected to, honestly. So I'm hoping to get some good time in that today. I did finish Heart of the Fae by Emma Hamm. This is the first book in, I believe it's called the Otherworld series, and this is very strongly a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I do plan on picking up book 2, maybe later this week if I can squeeze it in, but I want to get some of my other things read first before I revisit the series. But I will definitely be continuing because I enjoyed it a whole lot. I thought the characters of the book were really strong in their own way, and they complemented each other really, really well. It was very much a grumpy, sunshine, Beauty and the Beast dynamic. It was really, really well done. She does a lot of retelling stuff. One of her other ones is on my list for this week, and it's a Hades and Persephone thing. Speaking of Hades and Persephone, I've read the first 9 chapters of Neon Gods by Katee Robert, and I am thriving on this book so hard. It makes me so happy. I am thoroughly enjoying their dynamic as well. And we're about to get to the steamy, sexy times. And it's going to be very BDSM style because he's Hades and he feels like he has this reputation that he has to do. And it's also going to be with other people around. So, like, all of the taboo-ness of this is just something that's speaking to me right now. Why? Who knows? But either way, I'm very, very excited. So I will keep going with that, and I continue to thoroughly enjoy it. I'm fully expecting this to be a 5 stars at this point. But again, it's been a really long time since I've read a Katee Robert. I know, unpopular opinion. But I am hoping very, very much to get to this and get a 5-star out of it because it's so good and I'm really, really loving it. I would be really sad if something happens where it turns and it's not a 5-star anymore. So anyways, that's all I've got to say right now. I'm getting a little bit rambly. I blame it on the cruddy sleep I got last night, but anyhow, I'm going to wrap up this clip, and once I've finished something, I'll come back and talk with you. Hi friends, it's me again. So I'm just finished with work. This is Wednesday afternoon, evening-ish. So we've got lots to talk about. First up, I finished Touch Me by Alexandria House. Really enjoyed this. Definitely converted me to Alexandria House. Definitely going to be seeking out a lot more of her books and audiobooks if I can find them. I'm going to raid the Audible Plus catalog while I still have it and still try to get as many that she has on there read. But I really loved both of our characters, Giovanni and, oh, her name just left me. But they were both really fantastic. I really liked the narrators that they had as well. Their dynamic was steamy and like they just, it kind of dealt with reincarnation as well. But I really like that dynamic in books. So this was just kind of this whole fated mates kind of story. And it was really well done. I think it was really well handled. I really enjoyed my time. And yeah, like I said, it's converted me to Alexandria House. And so I'm going to definitely be exploring more of their books. I also finished Neon Gods. This was everything. Definitely my favorite read so far, probably this year. I really enjoyed this dynamic. It wasn't really like BDSM like I thought it was going to be, but voyeurism was definitely a part of their play, and it was so good. Like, the politicking that happened in this book was amazing. Katee Robert has definitely set it up for more. I think that Zeus and Hera are going to be the next coupling, so it's going to be really interesting to see how things go from here. But honestly, I love everything about this. I'm going to do a dedicated review to this. I'm going to film it soon, but upload it closer to like the release date. But just know that this is everything. I gave it 5 stars. I have no regrets. I could throw out my entire TBR and not read anything else like this week for Kindle Clearout, and I would be perfectly happy and content. But that is not the case. I did also read A New Foundation by Rochelle Alers. This was a really sweet Harlequin special edition. I really just think this couple was so cute and so fun, and I love reading about Black love. It's just great. Like, highly recommend checking out Rochelle Alers. She's got a lot of great, everything I've picked up from her has been fantastic. So if you ever come across one of her books, I recommend picking it up for sure. So that is my quick update. My current audiobook is The Dream Guy Next Door by Lauren Blakely, I believe. I'm almost done with that. I've got maybe 45 minutes left in that one, so I'll either finish that up tonight or tomorrow. And then I need to pick out my next Kindle book. I didn't expect to finish the Rochelle Alers book as quickly as I did, and I just really had a great time with that. So anyways, once I decide what I'm going to read and I've read some of it, we'll come back and we'll chat.
Hi friends, happy Thursday morning. So I'm almost finished with The Dream Guy Next Door by Lauren Blakely, but the problem, there's a magic phrase that just got used, so I think it's going to pull in a trope that I really don't like, which is accidental baby. So they've just mentioned that he's not using a condom anymore. I mean, they're both safe and it's been a long time for either of them and stuff, but she's been adamant through the whole book that she doesn't want to get pregnant, and that's one thing, is he wants more kids. Because they're both older, they're in their late 30s, and, like, she has an older teen. He's got, like, 9 or 10-year-old? Almost 10-year-old. And, you know, they're having wild, crazy sex, and really enjoying each other's company, and now all of a sudden they've decided to not use a condom. So I'm like, she's gonna get pregnant. This is gonna be the third act breakup situation, or the third act conflict at least. So I'm a little disappointed in that, because I've really been loving their dynamic up to this point, but I hate that that's what got pulled in. I wish, you know, anyway, so there's that. But I'm also 60% of the way through Desperate Measures by Katee Robert, because I threw my TBR out the window. I just wanted to read this. It's daddy kink. And so if you're not into daddy kink, this isn't going to be for you. I'm kind of on the fence. I've never truly read a daddy kink, so this is kind of my first. And, like, I like it, but I don't. Like, it feels weird. I don't know if daddy kink is my thing. I'm gonna finish it and gather my thoughts a little bit more, and then I'll come back and talk to you. But I need to go do a house call, and then I've got lunch with Maeve. We're gonna go get ramen, so you'll probably see a clip of our little ramen eating moment. But yes, so that's kind of the plan. When I've got more to say, when I've finished both of these, I'll come back and let you know what I've started as well. Okay, so I just finished my house call. I was going to go to lunch with a friend, but she needed to reschedule, and we're going to go tomorrow, which is totally fine. Happens to everybody. Life gets hectic and crazy. And so, yeah, I did finish The Dream Guy Next Door, and it did not pull into the trope I was hoping it would, like I thought it would. It did not pull into the pregnancy trope, which made me really, really happy. I really liked how this one wrapped up, so I think I'm going to give it a 4-star, maybe higher. I'm going to sit in my feelings with it while I drive home, but I am going to start a new audiobook. I'm not 100% sure which one, but I don't know for sure. I also have Alpha Night by Neilani Singh. That wasn't available in the Audible Plus catalog, but I have it and I kind of want to read it, so I might do that for my audiobook. But
hello. So I quickly blitzed through Lucky Suit by Lauren Blakely after I finished the previous Lauren Blakely. And this was really sweet. I do wish it was a bit longer and we got a little more time with the couple, but this was really fun. Probably a 4-star for a novella. And I just blitzed through it on audio. It was really a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Now I'm going to get back to Desperate Measures. Hi again. So I have officially finished Desperate Measures by Katee Robert. And I think I like daddy kink. Anyway, it's a thing, it's a mood, it's a moment. We're going with it. I want to read all of the Katee Robert things, but I'm going to make myself pause for now. I would have to buy things for my Kindle to do that right now. I do have Able, but I'll read that after Kindle Clearout's done, because that's done on Saturday. So I'll probably start that Sunday.
But I've decided to switch gears a little bit, switch to something a little less kinky, and I'm gonna go start Careless Whispers by Synithia Williams. Why do I stumble over that so hard? I don't know. But this is the one I'm gonna start next. And then I think my next audiobook is going to be Satisfaction Guaranteed by Lauren Blakely as well. So there's something about this like naked man and cat, and I'm just here for it. So we're just gonna go with it. Okay? Okay. I might not check in again till tomorrow morning. I don't know. We'll see how things go.
Hi friends. So it is Friday. It's about noon and I've got updates for you. So last night I ended up reading 2 books. Had a hard time sleeping, so I just kept reading. And so let's talk about them. The first one I have here is Careless Whispers by Synithia Williams. This is the 3rd book in the Jackson Falls series, in which we're following the sister who in the first book is divorced, and she is just that prickly, grumpy heroine. And then she's with Alex, and their story is fantastic. I don't want to tell you more than that, strictly for the reason that these books are so great to just walk into, because even if it's a trope you're not necessarily the biggest fan of, I found that Synithia Williams has a way of coming at a story that makes it very intriguing and amazing. And so I highly, highly recommend picking up the Jackson Falls series. I've read all 3 thus far. I really love it. And this one was just, it was really, really good. I had a great time with it. And then I also read I believe it's called Only a Cowboy Will Do? Or is it One Night with the Cowboy? Only a Cowboy Will Do. And this one is another one that we've been waiting on for a long time. In this series, this woman named Jenna basically raised these cousins of hers, or nephews, sorry. And so she just turned 40, and what they do is they give her this 2-week getaway on this ranch that she's been wanting to go to for a long time. And then she kind of has a road trip romance with the guy who lives there on the ranch that she's going to. And like, he has no idea she's as old as she is because she looks so good and all that kind of stuff. And it's an age gap romance. And I just loved this. I loved it so hard. Like, it just fueled my soul. I'm so glad we finally got Jenna's story. I've been waiting on this one for a while. And it was everything I wanted it to be and more. So Adria Pine is brilliant with her cowboy romances. Highly recommend picking her up. Yes, so I'm a huge fan. Huge, huge, huge fan. The other thing I did is I started Veins of Magic. This is the sequel to Heart of the Fae. And I'm really liking the direction of it so far. I'm only like 20, maybe 25% in. I'm not too far into it, but our couple is separated for obvious reasons right now, and they're working their way back to each other slowly, and I really, really love what's happening there. And then in my audiobook, Satisfaction Guaranteed, I've got about an hour and a half left on this one. And again, I'm really enjoying the dynamic of the couple. I've just been on a Lauren Blakely binge. Like, they're just like candy to me right now, so I'm just going with it. And yeah, this week has like been amazing for my reading. I'm doing lunch with Maeve today, so I'm ready to go for that. Need to head out here shortly, but I wanted to check in, let you guys know what's up, and once I finish either Veins of Magic or Satisfaction Guaranteed, I'll be back to visit. Okay, friends, so I am here to wrap up this vlog for you. This is actually Sunday morning, so I'm more than done with all of my reading for the readathon. I would have filmed this clip Saturday, but Saturday I wasn't feeling well, so I'm filming this now just as I'm finishing editing up this video. Anyways, let's talk about the last 3 things that I read. So I read a total of 15 things in this week of Kindle Clearout. It was impressive. I'm really happy with the reading that I got done. So let's quickly go over the reads that were strictly for Kindle Clearout. The last 3 that we haven't talked about yet are, I did finish Veins of Magic by Hamm, I'm not sure how you say that. this is the sequel to Heart of the Fae that I read earlier in the week. Heart of the Fae was stronger for me. I felt like our characters lost their way a little bit too much for me in this follow-up, so it wasn't quite as solid of a story, but I still ended up enjoying it. I'm invested in the series. It's like a 6-book series, all dealing from this point on with different fairy tales, so I'm really excited to continue. Then I did finish Satisfaction Guaranteed by Lauren Blakely. This was really cute and really fun. I'm learning that Lauren Blakely has like this formula, and so I think every so often I'll pick up one of hers just because I think they're fun. I mean, they're not the best things ever written, but they're like candy. They're like 3 to 4 stars each. And Satisfaction Guaranteed was definitely a 4-star. It was a second chance romance kind of a situation, and it was really solidly done. And then the last thing I was able to sneak in that I hadn't talked to you about at this point was Scoundrel of My Heart by Lorraine Heath. Now, this one is a spin-off from the previous series. In the previous series, in the last book, Beauty Tempts the Beast, we meet Althea. And so this future series is about her brothers and their friends. And it's just really solidly good. I really like this particular brother. He was my favorite of the 2 brothers for sure. And so seeing him get an HEA was really rewarding and really fantastic to me. I just really solidly enjoyed this. Lorraine Heath is definitely an author that I get along with. At least her more recent works. I'm probably going to slowly work my way backwards to some of her older things and see if that holds up for me. But I really enjoyed everything I've picked up from her thus far. And I highly recommend checking out this new series. I believe it's called Once Upon a Dukedom. But anyways, this week was really fantastic. It was really nice to get some stuff read on my Kindle. I got current on all of my March arcs, so I can just kind of freely read some of the physicals that I've been meaning to get to for a long time, and maybe get a head start on some of my April ones, because I have quite a few arcs for April as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end here, leave some sort of party, happy emoji, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.